slowly there was a movement that started happening in the early 2000s when machine learning crept in. And what I was talking about, the human weaning out of that analyzed data, suddenly started moving to a point of an extra set of um, additional intelligence, I would call, which were added onto the data that is get rendered onto the screen. That had its own maturizations. It moved on from various models, and there are products that facilitated doing. It kept on moving. Um, Another 10 years, if we fast track, we started getting to see that it's not just about the data rendering part, where good amount of machine learning and the transformation was happening through intelligence all the way, started having a big play at the back end, where data at rest coming in, most. And at that level, we used to run certain things called deep learning. And this is where the neural networks, the convolutional neural networks, and the various other models started creeping in, and these models started coming in. The data scientists started playing a big, big role in in putting across those models, firstly going through the set of steps of taking the data, cleansing it, and then putting those formulas and equations and getting the models right. If you really dig deep into that, these these data scientists were hard to get. It's a skill set which, in its true form, was doing a great job of really transforming the back end data assets. Some of it also started coming into the front end too, and and the whole exercise seemingly was quite complicated. It's not something which is as fluid and as easy to use like the software side. Softwares, we used to consume the most of that data and process. But this data science part of it had really a science baked in. Along with the equations. The equations were not something that were kind of picked up from a list. It was being weighed on top of real data. It's just so happened in 2020 plus, when ChatGPT hit us, I think things got changed. The whole concept of data and, scientists, or probably the human participation at the design level, suddenly became intelligently automated, if I could coin that word. And the entire backend deep learning, I again probably reiterate that the entire backend deep learning concept is has just got disrupted. It went into a way wherein it's not just about text, it's not just about PDFs, it's also about some of those key steps that we so long were thinking that it can only be done by humans. For example, a developer wants to program through proper codes in a particular language. And it is always, we knew that it's a function of experience, it's a function of skill set, and then only a person would be able to code that. And moment this chat GPT came in, we found that it's getting coded. If we give a problem statement, which is like plain textual business lingo, basis that the coding happens. And my focus area is not just about the coding. Those, for a developer, because I do develop, there is a build up that happens for development, which is where we run the problem statement in our mind. We design it either on a piece of paper or in our mind, and then slowly translate that into little component blocks, which we try to materialize through codes. Now, these 4, 5 steps are very much a function of experience, function of skill set, function of real abilities that are so long human. Now, suddenly we see that thing happening in a near perfect way by the Gen AI or the GPTs and so on and so forth. So I think that's the movement that we see. And again, if we take few steps back and see this entire journey of 2010, sorry, 2000, then 2010, and then 2020 or 21, we see this disruption kicking in, 2020 or 21 in that manner.